I'm glad I haven't achieved my dream yet. Today, I want to talk about a bit of my story and how, from my perspective, I'm very happy that I haven't achieved my dream. So, which is my dream? You can see in the background, I have my art over there. I have here a bit more. So, as you can see, I'm an artist, and that's really my one of my biggest passion. I have a lot of passion, but I have this one is the one I really managed to level up in, and I would really love, like a lot of artists, I would really love to one day be able to sustain myself with my art. I think that's a very noble goal, and be able to do more art and bring it to more people. But I'm actually very glad I haven't achieved it yet. And I want to talk a bit about that because, when you're younger, at least for me, you really much have a all or nothing mindset. So, like, oh, I would never work for a corporation. I want to work for myself. I want to sustain myself. Or, yeah, you want to achieve your dream as fast as possible, and that's not really the mindset I'm in right now. And I want to explain a bit why. um, First of all, uh, not having achieved my dream yet, so not being self-sustaining with my art, allows me to really give me the freedom to explore and experiment. So typically, if I want to, um, for example, try new type of illustration, I want to do new medium, new anything like that, I'm really free to do so. I don't have to have big expectation on me, or I don't have a strict schedule to adhere to when it comes to my art output. Sure, I need to manage it with my day job or other obligation I may have, but it's really okay because it also, second point, it allows me to make mistakes. So for example, in those experimentation, a lot of them don't play out very well, as at least not as I imagined. You can see, for example, in this channel earlier, there was animation that I did, animation quote unquote, with like a very simple style about two characters talking, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I was very obsessed about this project for I think a month, less than a month, something like that. So from the idea to achieving it, and I'm very glad I did it, but it didn't really pan out. It's not very good, and I really see it now, and I'm very happy that at this time I spent doing this experiment wasn't like I didn't have the financial pressure on it. I wasn't like, oh, it needs to succeed. It needs to have thousands of views, or else it will be a waste of time. No, it hasn't. It has barely any views, and it has taught me a lot, and I'm now moving on to other things. Um, Another mistake I kind of did, for example, you as an artist, for example, I do sometimes convention, art market, and things like this. I've been doing that for a year now. That was my goal for since forever. So I'm very happy that I managed to achieve this dream, but at the same time, it's not very profitable, I have to say, and especially the first one. The first one is very makes me laugh a lot because I earn literally 11, the equivalent to 11 euros, not in profit but in revenue, and I don't remember what was the cost of of tabling there, but that wasn't very encouraging to, stand there for. I think it was we had to work at least 9 hours and bring about 11 euros, and that was big blow. I'm very happy that I did it, and actually very happy that I didn't have once again the financial pressure to perform well and bring a profit at this event, because it was my first one, and it was for me the opportunity to learn and work with people. So that's something. If I had tried to live off my art as soon as possible, I wouldn't be happy with that result. But I am, and that's what I want to bring forward to you is like, by not having achieved my dream, I'm actually way happier because I can do all of those things and be able to fail uh, in this way. That leads us to the third point, which is I will be in a very worse financial situation. So a bit of a backstory: when I was when I finished my study officially, I was a bit cornered. Well, I needed to find a way to earn money, so I started doing some freelancing in like it was about RenPy. So I was one of the. There's very few people in the world that have done RenPy freelancing full time. It's a video game engine for visual novel. So very niche, and indeed, it wasn't paying that well. I mean, or maybe I'm just a very bad business person, but I was trying very hard to live off what I knew, what was my passion at the time, and I was very struggling. I was able to sustain myself, but I was very much struggling financially. While I would be able to make more working at a job making minimum wage typically. And so if I was stubborn enough to continue down that path, I would be probably continuing to struggle. I would not be in an apartment like I'm in now. I wouldn't be able to, for example, recently, 2 years ago, I moved from to another country, and I don't think I would be able to do that if I had tried to achieve my dream as fast as possible. And I wouldn't be able to enjoy my dream as much or my passion because typically, I have this printed, I have those printed in the back, those cost money. And if you're not making any money, you cannot make those investments, or you cannot, um, use your money to fund your passion if you have no money to begin with. And well, same thing I would say business wise. Actually, if you are um, well, you need some money to get started. You need some money to at least in most businesses, you need some money to get basic material, uh, get get the word out, print business card, these kind of things. You really need some amount of money. Well, you can manage to have without it, but you're choosing the hard path. And I don't have to choose this hard path. I can just, throw money away and just see what stick. And that really is enjoyable. First of all, it's really enjoyable to be able to once again experiment, but also experiment with my money that I earn from my day job, instead of struggling to live off, a thousand or two euros per month, and trying to sustain my just try to eat every month instead of just enjoying my passion. Um, I would say the fourth point is also the most important. I think is that when I told you that, for example, when I finished my study, I tried to live on off my own, try to live off independently online with my services, and I think if I tried to do that with my art back then, these artworks are a bit old now, but this one has, I think, seven. I've done it 7 months ago, something like this. And the skill gap between where I was, for example, 3 years ago, is like immense compared to what I can do now. So I really think I'm glad I haven't achieved my dream back then, because I really wasn't ready in terms of my skills. I wasn't good enough. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't good enough to really speak to people and try to, in many ways, like make art that resonates with people. And I'm still learning to do that. But having this space to develop myself as an artist and develop this skill is very important to me. And I'm very glad that I can have this comfort, be able to do that while having a job on the side, and not having this pressure to finally make it. I can, for example, do some studies or dive into very complex illustration that might not sell well typically, but that will teach me a lot on a technical level. And I think also when it comes to the mindset, I wasn't ready at all. I told you that when you're young, you have this all or nothing mentality. But I also had, for example, I might have been a bit too egotistical when I was younger, or entitled. I thought, oh yeah, I'm so great. People must look at me, or I can do anything and they will look at me. But that's actually not very, very true. You're not that special. I'm not that special. And I really needed to understand how to make a good impact on the life of people before I could, for example, try to sell a product or make art that really speaks to people. That's part of the skill, but also a mindset of switching from being entitled to delivering a service. And I think every kind of business or etc. is fundamentally a service, even if you provide a product, physical product. In the end, it's a service that a problem that you're solving in people's life. And I didn't have this mentality at all when I was younger. So I'm glad I didn't. Past me had to learn his lesson and finally understand what it means to contribute to people's life, typically. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So the liberty to explore and experiment is something I wouldn't have if I had achieved my dream earlier. This freedom to make mistakes, this financial caution, this financial situation that is way better now that I have a basic job. That would be much better than if I tried to live on my own from the very beginning. And also the simple fact that you might not be ready to achieve your dream right now, because you need to, we try to learn as much as possible, but sometimes it's a bit slow. We need some years to really figure out what is the thing we really want to do. And that's also a good point. The dreams that I had 5 years ago typically were completely different from the dreams I have now. So if I had really pushed and if I had really pushed and achieved my dreams back then, I wouldn't have developed into the person I am now. And I think that would be less good, let's say, than the person I am now. I'm very happy with how I got the trajectory of my life for now, at least. And even though I haven't achieved my dreams, so on paper, if I was thinking about it actually today. I think if I went to the Naiten of 5-10 years ago and describing my life, he would not probably understand. He would probably say, "Oh, I mean, you haven't achieved this. You have gave up on other things. You are in a completely different country. What are you doing?" But so is life. So is our dreams change, our aspirations change, and it's very okay. Me, I still have the core of my dream haven't changed, and I want to say as a conclusion that I'm here for the long game. I don't have to succeed right away, and I'm here to learn in the long term. Of course, I still have this aspiration to live off my art and manage to, sustain myself independently without having a job on the side. That would be really my dream. But in the meantime, I'm very okay with that arrangement where I'm basically paid to spend a bit of time in the office and also just experiment and have fun. No pressure on my side, no pressure on my art. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I would be very interested if you have some thought about it. I talked a lot about art, but I think you have also dreams that you haven't achieved yet. And I wanted to bring this perspective forward that maybe it's a good thing that you haven't achieved it yet. Maybe not that you shouldn't try, but you might, you might be in a better situation now, and because of it, because you haven't achieved it yet, but you can still very much aspire to bring this dream to life, and that's what I really wish you from the bottom of my heart. So if you have any comments, don't hesitate to leave it. Don't really care about like and subscribe. I just really want to hear your thoughts about it. Please take care and have a nice day.